about the pressure. Crystal Maiden, she has 3 mangoes.
Okay.
Ready for the spam. And they are putting it... Okay, so they're putting the Clinks bottom and the Tiny toward top. So they want the Clinks to have a better time, because they know that Pugna's going to be constantly harassing up top.
Yeah, it'll be a very tough lane for him to sit in, with the amount of damage that Fada can just throw out. Especially if they do keep it so this dual Yaps are up there as well. A lot of blast.
Look at look at the way they skill right away. Yapster's like, I don't need lift. They already know what they're going to be doing in the lane. They're just all about the spam. Yeah. So 3 heroes starting bottom for Serenity. They're even bringing their mid to secure this bottom rune.
Not often that we see that being done.
Usually they tend to stay there for the block now.
I mean, maybe they don't... Well, we'll see if it does head back for the block. Obviously, still got 30 seconds to maneuver around the map. But yeah, prioritizing trying to find this early kill. Puppy's got to be careful.
They've got the ward down. Puppy is not the ideal target unless he steps up way too far. But he's got a stout shield on top of the 8 armor.
It's pretty beefy, but there are 3 heroes here. So they'll look towards him.
Let's see.
And they will go for it. Do they quite have the damage? Ace does give that heal to Puppy. It's not enough to save it.
Having that vision.
First blood.
The vision from the ward, giving them those extra right clicks over the tree line.
Secret up top. We'll be able to grab themselves 2 bounties, and indeed the bottom 2 bounties go the way of Team Serenity. But, well, as it looks to be, obviously with both teams playing in that aggressive fashion with the mids, neither lane was blocked anyway in the mid, so it's going to be pretty much an even start. Yeah, mid one not quite able to get back before the creeps meet, so they're back to a level playing ground.
Now it's just about pulling aggro on the creep wave. Mid one will do that.
We'll see how well they do. ZYD against mid one in this middle lane.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Who glyphed that one? I think that was a glyph on the bottom side that Serenity wanted to block. I think Ace walked up and used Pulse trying to get a last hit, and they glyphed it.
Also, ZYD doing a very good job with the early spell usage, bringing mid one very low. As mid one does have to be careful. He's trying to hit that level 2, but as you can see, ZYD making it very hard for mid one to get in and get that XP now. He will be able to get in and grab it. Grab a stun. Doing a very good job there, ZYD, of making it hard for mid one to get those last hits every time that he's coming in for one. Holding him down with a light strike array.
It makes it harder that ZYD got the first blood, right? So he's got that little extra, the mantle, not the biggest thing, but every little thing adds up when you're playing him those 1v1 matchups.
Lane Puppy and Ace looking for GGG on the Clinks, and they've got him. Chase him down. Quick couple of slaps from the club of Puppy.
Hey, he's still level 1. Now Crystal Maiden too, XCG. Getting chased out here.
Yeah, Ace and Puppy. They can run down these heroes relatively easy. Both very squishy. Saw sort of the lane decision taking the Clinks away from that pressure lane top. But I guess if you think about it, the bottom lane isn't really that much better.
No.
It's still scary for an early leveled Clinks.
Ace gets the last hit on one of those kills too, so surges his mana back toward full. And I mean, this top lane should be very, very nice for Secret as it continues to. I mean, Pugna just is that monster. TI8 trying to connect some pulls, make sure you can get those levels, get that early mana burn point up. We'll be interrupted though.
I was say not that easy, but hey, turns back up to the lane, gets a kill on Ace as Ace hangs around alone. GGG.
Guess he just got caught a little bit off guard because he didn't have his creep wave. Puppy had actually pulled it, so he just gets slowed and ran down.
This mid lane pretty even at the moment. 12 for 0 against the 11 for 2.
Yeah, we took right. It's the DK. We're always like, oh yeah, he's gonna lose, but Yapstor top.
They stack the stuns a bit, but it doesn't matter. Still get themselves the kill. Serenity. Oh, I like it as well. Xinkyu dropping some kisses. one of the nicest ones.
Kiss and the Yahoo are really good. The Yahoo's really good. So that top lane, they had that. Oh, dropping low, but we'll be okay. They had that level 3. As soon as Tiny is level 3, you have that big window where you deal a lot more damage because you have all 3 of your abilities in your time. But yeah, Yapsor stepped up a bit too far. So bottom lane, it looks like Serenity has secured this one for themselves since Puppy started moving around, trying to make plays elsewhere. Ace has now been the one that has to actually just start pulling for himself to make sure you can get the lane equilibrium in a better spot for him to farm. I mean, the lane ward that Serenity put early down bottom is putting a lot of pressure onto him. to constantly watch when he steps up.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
How's
attack.
mid one doing? Yep, still pretty even. Stun.
Yeah, nice stun after the soul usage. Just getting that extra bit of punch in on mid one whilst he's low.
But he's got 23 health per second.
Yeah, that's true.
With
the
the tank
regen's always going to be there, so very unlikely to see
Top.
see a solo kill happen in that mid lane. Top lane indeed, another sort of setup there from PYW with the stun. Fada tries to turn around with the blast, but he's going to go down on this top lane.
I mean, to 4.5 int gain per level on Pugna. So even that low level, even that level 1 mana burn, it hurts. CYD has the haste turn in the bottle, so can get active quite early on. We'll get level 6 very soon too. And TP is going to be available in 20 seconds, so we could see this Lina get active as soon as 6 hits.
Sure. I mean, even the
Maybe
mid lane.
before. Yep.
He's diving in. He lands another light strike here. ZYD playing around with mid one, using this haste rune to his best ability. As mid one getting low, pops the stick charges. ZYD still kiting around. He is starting to tank the tower now. Does have to be careful. Pops the fairy fire, misses the light strike. Does manage to turn cancel the salve. So ZYD certainly showing us he likes to play. He likes to play flashy.
Yep.
Doesn't get the kill, but still nice to see. This early stage, ZYD strutting his stuff in the middle lane, and it's Laguna!
Oh no,
Oh!
mid one.
ZYD! His stock's just gone up. I'm sure some viewers are going to love to see him play. As he's a player.
Tower is under attack.
Man, it looked like mid one saw that he hit 6 too, because he kind of like stepped back and then stepped up anyway. Now Yapsor also getting chased. A couple right clicks.
Another kill.
Top tower is
6-3.
under
Still early days, only a 1k lead, but we're starting to see no questions was how is Serenity going to show up? These first 5 minutes of the laning stage, they're certainly standing toe-to-toe with Secret.
Liking the aggression. And Fada's only level 3. Tiny is level 5. So this top lane, they were putting a lot of pressure on, then they burned their whole mana pool, and now it's just Serenity up here. Yapsor's being forced to actually just move around. Maybe looking to set up for mid, try to pressure and take this tower. They've even used their glyph to keep the siege alive. And look at the wards as well in the mid lane. They've got 2 even positioned just to be making sure for mid one.
Laguna's going to be back on for ZYD if they can find any sort of setup. They've got XCJ coming in.
See, Fada's even now.
Yeah.
Fada's pulling the creep wave and walking toward the mid lane, so they really want to get this mid tower. He's also going to have an arcane rune maybe, but no.
Oh no! Now we have PYW able to snatch that from it. Yeah, Serenity now with 3 heroes in the middle lane.
It's looking like a big win for the early game for Serenity right now. I mean, the Tiny, who was supposed to be pressured by this double range lane, has actually done perfectly fine. Boots, Aquila, Wand, level 6. Fada, level 4.
GGG just going touched over Ace. Ace does have the Ghost Shroud and also the backup of Puppy. GGG starting to juke his way around the trees, but he's got the backup of XCJ. They'll go with the Fire Blast from Puppy onto GGG. Not quite enough control now. Ace and Puppy have to be careful. They'll back themselves away as XCJ. And GGG looking to pounce back. They've got the slow onto Ace.
The Mango, he uses it, wants to get the Frostbite, but wasn't able to close it on Ace. And
Shin
top.
Q up top. Another kill for the Tiny as they catch up Fada again. Bottom lane TPs have come in. There is backup as the CM getting surrounded. XCJ will fall. The Secret are there, but there's the rotation as well from ZYD. Goes in straight away with the Laguna through the Ghost Shroud of Ace and right clicks down Puppy as well.
Uh-oh.
So losing the support down there. XCJ going down on the CM, but these movements so far, the Lina play from ZYD looking pretty hot.
Yeah, very fast paced. They're pretty much just playing PYW and the Tiny, and Zinq has just been sitting top. This is their domain. While everybody else can play around the map, we can have the Lina making the quick rotations, and the CM Clinks put a lot of pressure onto this bottom lane. Secret definitely on the back foot here.
Now look at these smoke plays now. Fada and Poppy. They may catch out. ZYD is looking to head up towards the 8-minute room, but bam, the surprise. The trap is set, and they'll open up onto him with the Decrepify slow to set up for the stun to come in from mid-1. They will punish the Lina. The smoke successful.
They're really prioritizing the mid tower because they know they're like, oh god, our lanes did not go how we kind of expected them to, how we wanted them to, so we have to be able to get something back out of it. And just take out at least a tower to get themselves some economy in the game, because they are losing a bit by that right now.
Lots of pressure. We'll see if they can do anything to slow this one down. It does put the spike carapace, but nothing going to be thrown out from Secret upon it. fortification as well from Serenity. Quick blast there from XCJ, stunning to push them back a little bit, but the blast from Fada prevailing as he keeps moving in to drop them down onto the tier 1 tower.
It's taking them a lot of time to take this tower, though. Just having the CM and Nyx here is delaying for enough time to let this Tiny farm up. Level 8 Tiny.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And look at this. This tower's still alive. And now Lina's back. So Secret gonna have to back up. They still don't even have level 6 on Fada.
He's just trying to find it here in the jungle. These neutrals should do it. Yeah, so walking around with Strafe, not the best skill offensively, but may save his life.
Smoke coming out. Serenity, they want to try to kill Ace. He's still pretty weak, only level 5 on Necro. GGG is level 6, has the creep already eaten. Scan comes out, don't catches them. Nice scan by Secret. And now mid lane, they will look to try to kill PYW and take the tower on the side of Secret while the smoke rotation's happening bottom.
Let's see what XCJ and ZYD can find. Secret will back up beneath the trees, middle lane. As you say, the tower falls. Quick spell still from Yapso. He's able to grab himself the Dragon Slave.
Nice, max level nuke.
Yeah. Looks like Serenity can't quite find the pick up they would hope for now down bottom. So GGG will stand his ground, push in the Strafe and the Searing Arrows. Tower probably closest, probably in deny range. We'll see if they can get that mid one coming in from the side. He's going to look to walk around from the river to rejoin the rest of his team. Secret keeping that tower alive for now. All bounty runes taken there as well by Secret.
They're starting to deny it now, Ace.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Okay, so they slow down a little bit of Serenity's aggression.
It's going to be, as you say, once Jinkyu hits this fantastic timing of the Blink Dagger, where we're going to see sort of the Tiny really sort of leave his heart for the map. As we've seen, spend most of the time sat mid, sat top, now has moved over to mid. Quick combo onto mid one to hold him back, make sure that mid one's unable to set up onto him for TPs to come in.
Forced a reaction instantly with that combo from Tiny. Fada actually made the move.
GGG looking for an opening onto Yapsor, but there's the hold of the Reaper's Scythe just to stop some of the right clicks coming through.
Mid lane, mid one, trying to get aggressive onto the Tiny.
They'll be able to turn and punish him. PYW and Jinkyu will punish mid one's aggression mid. Bottom lane, as we saw there, not quite able to get a kill in return. GGG as Yapsor kept safe, not only by the Reaper's Scythe that Ace dropped down onto GGG, but also the fact that Yapsor did have the Strafe stolen to dodge those right clicks. Secret are out at the bottom. They'd be losing mid one there in the middle lane.
Oof. I mean, that was a fresh Dragon form that he loses. That's really costly for Secret's next 60 seconds or so. And the combo between the Nyx and the Tiny right now, they are really leading the charge for Serenity. ZYD's also been having a great game, but that's been more just himself making all those plays. And I believe, that's the Tiny Blink Dagger.
He's going to go grab it. They're smoked up. Jinkyu heads towards the side shop. He's grabbed it. He's ready to jump on bottom, so they have to be careful who they show. It is just Yapsor down here at the moment.
Scary. It's so scary when you have these Tinies where it's like you're level 10, you've got Treads, Aquila, and the Blink on top, so your combo is maxed. So all these heroes, they're so squishy for you now. It's like Ogre and DK aren't the most squishy, but they still can get comboed.
They're looking to set up top. There's the jump straight away. There are 4 members here at Secret, but 2 of them just got deleted straight away. In fact, Secret did have sort of the full 5-man around there, but they just lost 2 so quickly that they have to back out of there. Perfect jump, the fantastic timing of the Blink reveal from Jinkyu just caught them off guard. They did not expect to be jumped and bursted, especially with the DK on the front line.
It was, I mean, perfect. He tossed one on top of the other one, stunned forward, and then they had the follow-up. They have multi-stun heroes, so Lina and Nyx easily able to line that one up afterwards. And they're not slowing down. They want more. Look at the Tiny's positioning. Stepping up pretty far, though. But again,
the setup is not enough to quite get the kills. Ace still alive for now. Turns around the Ghost round. The stick charges. PYW tries for the burst of Dragon Slave. Not going to finish Ace off, as Ace will stay alive. TP from mid one coming in towards the tier 1 tower. They do want to try and fight back here. Secret they found on the sideline. ZYD on the Lina. Caught out the stolen stun from Yapsor. Holds him down. The Serenity diving a little too deep that time round.
But they do, on the other side of the map, have GGG just split pushing. So he gets a tower. Pretty much has Maelstrom done already at this point. So that's another build we're going to be seeing on the Clinks, I guess, is the Maelstrom. So we've seen a couple already. We've seen like 2 or 3 different builds now.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Obviously, one of the nice ways to get a bit of damage down onto heroes like the DK with the massive amount of armor. So having that magical damage to complement your output. Tower is taken here by Secret. Doesn't look like Serenity will choose to fight back yet, as you say. Still just waiting on these first big major items for the cause. As built for ZYD, as you can see, Yule's just straight into the BKB. Doesn't want to mess around with the vast amount of magical damage that Secret have, which is pretty much their only damage at the moment.
Yeah.
It's all magical from Secret.
He just has to be careful to of this Pugna Ward and all this starting to build up. Sure, most games you see like the Yule Shadow Blade, but this game he's looking at Secret and they want to just kind of like group up into this like death ball, pushing these towers. You need the BKB to be able to take the fights against that versus Pugna.
Will find himself regen room for the ball as well, ready for the next fight.
They have so much information they're going to get from these two Invis heroes too. We see GGG is already running around the map. He's actually the one placing wards, the Clinks, for his team. I like seeing teams do that, where they give it to like the Furion or something to TP in the jungle, like these a little bit unexpected wards that you really won't be able to de-ward.
And this is sort of the big pickup for Secret as well. They have the Blink Dagger on mid one, so if they were to get him in there, well, they might not even need to do so here. They have the sentry down, but PYW keeps his distance.
Very nice. So, bit of wasted time there.
They do get the scan on him, so Secret do know still his whereabouts, but I mean, the bounty runs up. They're going to have to let it go the way of Serenity. Serenity will be able to claim the one from bottom.
So mid one has a blink, so now they've got...
Yeah, that's the
Secret at least has... They have a way to start the fight. Before they didn't really.
If you get the blink jump on someone, drop the combo with a Reaper's Scythe, they should be a Reaper's Scythe kill. And especially like Lina, Clinks, when he's not got his ult up, you saw these squishier cores.
Probably on most of them anyway.
Yeah.
They just have so much ways to like damage amplify.
They should be able to delete one hero out of the fight at the start of each game.
A little bit different to see that Fada's actually going just straight for the Aeon Disc. Doesn't have the Aether Lens in between, because he did end up having pretty rough time in that lane. Dying 3 times. After, the first 3 waves, it was all Secret favor, and then afterwards, Fado's out of mana. And then they just got destroyed. The mana burns just really started to add up.
Regeneration.
Now they are doing that group up though that we were mentioning.
Jump in, the stun, look at the grab, there's the Reaper side. Bam, easy deletion of a hero. That's the Nyx Assassin out of the fight for 45 seconds, so Secret can put on some pressure to this tier 2 tower.
They're actually buying back.
Okay, wanting to hold this tier 2, doesn't want to let it go.
While the tiny split pushing top, the Nyx, it's a cheap buyback. I think it was only like a couple hundred gold, not even. And he actually just forces Secret off the tower with that buyback. Okay.
That invis room.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Almost Echo Saber on Tiny, so he'll probably go like all triple BKB afterwards, right? Lina's getting kind of close to hers. GGG also building BKB as well. Dream game for Team Serenity to go for that BKB versus Pugna and Necrophos. You kind of need to. Excite and CG.
Now we'll find him here, Ace. Chasing him down into the trees. They'll get the CM. The rest of Serenity at the moment all up towards that top lane. Secret, they've got the 5-man mid. They're ready to continue to push down and have a second chance at taking the tier 2 mid. Don't have the Elder Dragon form, but still with the amount of sustain and push, they should still have an easy time of finding at least this tier 2. The top tier 2 is starting to get hit on by Serenity.
They gotta start backing off mid one. Unable to find anybody. They get the tier 2. How much damage was done by Serenity on this one? Not a whole lot. It was it was the glyph used by Secret to make sure they couldn't get any split push action going on there. So still fairly close. Only 3k gold, 5k, 6k experience. Still at the moment for Serenity.
Look at the hood now on Ace.
That's
so
absolutely needed this game.
Sure. They do still obviously have physical ways to work around it.
Yeah, I think that's why he went the Veil first, right? So he wants some more armor, and he goes for the hood. So just trying to make himself be protected. Fada bottom.
Gets spotted. Finds him. He's got the combo. Fada isn't getting out. Quick plays there from Xingqiu. Next time will be a little safer, as he does have the Eon just complete.
Now he's gonna go back for the Aether Lens. So I guess he's just recognizing. If he's in the front line versus these heroes, they will kill him. Puppy have a buckler yet? Oh, he went Urn. Okay, nice. Yeah, good Urn game, especially if they're pushing. I mean, their lineup is all about just pushing together behind that nether ward. So BKB is done now for ZYD, and it looks like Serenity does want to take this fight with this timing. They've even got GGG. You see him positioned all the way in the back lines. He's got the Death Pact available too. He does get spotted by the Creep Wave now, though. So Secret should be ready for a fight here.
Puppy on the front lines, dropping a sentry. In preparation for this, opens up the stuns onto PYW. Can they find the position to fight? ZYD pops the BKB, tries to land the stun on Yapsa, actually mistimes it, so Yapsa will be fine. Mid one will not, though. So the Laguna Blade comes out. One down at the moment, make it 1-for-1 as the Nyx Assassin will fall, but with the wraparound, Xingqiu ready to come in for more. They'll turn towards the CM. CM gets blasted. The right click from ZYD flying through onto Ace, but with that fail, with the extra armor and the hood, not quite enough burst to bring him down. Ace still alive for now. He's hiding. They've got the Decrep. They turn. The self-fuel's there from the Lina. ZYD keeping himself safe from the stun. He's still trying to fight on, but the damage, it's too much for him. ZYD will fall. GGG, the Xingqiu, though, with the cleanup as they'll find a fourth. They'll turn towards Ace. Ace can't quite find GGG as GGG.
He's got one charge.
He goes with the invis.
They've got to be careful. Ace can turn this on them.
They're backing on. They don't want to hang around any longer. So a bit of a scrappy fight between both sides, but it is, of course, as you can see, Team Serenity getting out with Xingqiu and GGG alive, two of their cores. And they did manage to get both, well, Mid One and Fada being the two cores that did fall in that fight for Secret.
Yeah, Ace got both of the kills too. So he killed the Nyx, of course. The ulti didn't kill him, but the pulse afterwards. And then I think his Heartstopper aura actually ticked and killed the CM, so that's why he had that extra regen. So I think it was the Heartstopper that it might have been a pulse, but I think it was the Heartstopper, and that's actually what saved him from the right clicks from the Lina. So we'll see the Reaper Scythe comes out. Mid one gets absolutely destroyed. This was the BKB reveal, of course, by ZYD. But we see there's the regen coming out from Ace. He's already full HP off of this one. Yeah, yeah, it was a Heartstopper kill in between the Pugna life drain ticks, and you see his health regen because of that.
Yeah, plus 58.
Keep him alive. Yeah. Pretty committed dive there by ZYD on the Lina.
Very all-in fight from both teams, but pretty much ends up with the game continuing to be in the same position that it was beforehand.
It was
Serenity
like
still with a slight 3k lead.
It's very slight
and
win for Serenity there.
Xingqiu still leading the charge on his tiny 605, top of the net worth, and he's pretty much got the money for the Shadow Blade. Bottom lane. The opening's there from PYW as he finds the DK. Xingqiu's in as well. Looking for the follow. Mid one will try and turn with the stun to hold them back. But the kill will still be successful. The three of them, as you say, they sort of set up around the map that PYW can provide for the follow-up of heroes like Xingqiu's Tiny. With that blink and the TP scroll, he'll always be there to follow up.
And it seems like they're always the ones looking for the ganks instead of just like the group up push. Because you look at like Secret's lineup, they don't really have the heroes to like, all right, me and you pair up, we're gonna go kill somebody. While you look at Serenity, it's like this Nyx Assassin, this Clinks, they're always gonna be giving information on the map, looking for pickoffs. And now they've even got a Shadow Blade on the Tiny too. So always gonna be looking to catch Secret when they're split up. While Secret, they're looking to just take those 5-on-5 engagements around the Nether Ward. Nope. As soon as they get hit by Nether Ward, they're like, nope, see ya. They're like, goodbye.
Out of there. No point in finding that. In terms of the build, as you say, you know, Fada getting the Eon first, he's still going to go back for the Aether Lens.
Yeah. I mean, you need that item on that hero. Everything feels weird to cast without the Aether Lens. Like Nether Blast is, the cast range is actually so tiny near you. And if you saw, did you see Ace's item build? That was one that I don't think I've seen too often on the Necro.
Straight up heart.
Straight heart after the hood. Oh, just wanting to survive. They just want to group around this Necro and have Heartstopper be the dream. And the spam of the pulse.
Certainly a way to sort of survive those initial bursts, as we've seen. If he has the heart and the hood, chances are he will get the chance to pop Ghost Shroud, get a couple of heals out. But yeah, really going all in on just being that sort of irritating hero that's just going to survive throughout the fights and really makes you question how many of your resources you want to put on trying to kill Ace in these fights. The build from Lina as well looks like ZYD. He's going to be queuing up the Bloodstone.
Okay.
So that old school Lina build, not something that we see all the time. Wants to make sure he's got the mana to keep those spells spammed. And
always have Fiery Soul stacked up.
Have it at max.
It's pretty nice. They've got BKB timing, so GGG, maybe this is where we see Serenity again. Just keep looking for those fights since they've got double BKB. But Secret's also on the prowl for that engagement. They've got the Reaver as well.
There's the jump. Mid one, open straight away. He's onto a CM though. They'll put the Reaper Scythe down. They're popping a lot of stuff down onto XCJ, and XCJ will finally fall, but they've lost mid one for that. Secret threw a lot onto that Crystal Maiden, and they lose a DK for it. Maybe even more. Secret's got to be careful here as the jump in from Jinkyu comes out onto Yapzor. He's held in place by the Yules. He'll get bursted too. They really focus fired that Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
They
didn't have everybody in range in time either, so they actually couldn't even get the full Reaper's kill. That was
a little weird.
A little weird.
That's
Mid one dies.
That's going to cost them a bit. But Roshan's now open for the taking.
Yeah. It was a weird spot too. You see Fada like kind of walks into the river and dropped his nether ward in the river too. So they're just like, oh, okay, we have full vision of it. Quickly kill it, and from there, yeah, Secret just can't take the fight anymore.
Interesting to see the Serenity still respect the 3 of Secret that are up. I guess it's low timers on the death, so they're not actually going to commit to Roshan. They got it down to about 2/3, but they back out of the pit. They don't want to stick around to finish it off. Just making sure not to slip up against Secret and get caught off guard.
So Silver Edge is going to be the choice for the Tiny. So breaking the DK for the most part, so they can always get those kills. But again, look at this. They're always on the prowl. PYW always giving information, trying to set up for kills.
There's the setup between the two of them. Opening up for Jinkyu to walk in, get that right click off with the combo. Mid one will turn with the stun. Can he get himself back to safety? No, he can't, because the damage from GGG's there as he pops the BKB, stands his ground, and starts to pound away with the searing arrows, forcing Secret back. Secret starts to retreat. Jinkyu with the toss there, dragging them back into the ultimate of the CM. Perfect play from the Tiny, setting up for GGG on the Clinks to pick up the triple kill. I gotta say, Jinkyu's Tiny's been absolutely on point. 6-0-10. As we saw their neat little plays like that, making sure that as many as Secret's heroes are caught in the damage from the CN's freezing field.
They're just playing at a very quick pace, and they're always responding with more heroes. Like Secret, they all TP'd, but it was a little bit too late. And
yeah, just still on cooldown as he gets caught out, and now they're content with going into the Roshan pit. There's 4 dead on Secret's lineup. Serenity into the pit will pick themselves up the Aegis, and now 24-13 sit at a 10k gold advantage in their first game here at the International 2018. It's looking to be a strong start, and they're showing from this team that a lot of people were ready to see how they perform.
I mean, Mid one is like suffering super bad this game too. He's 3-7 because he's kind of the sacrifice. He's just like, all right, blink stun, Reaper sight the guy I'm stunning, and then I'm dead. They use everything on me, and then we're fighting without your DK. This does seem pretty tough for Secret, even though they're trying to rally around the Netherworld, trying to take these 5-on-5 engagements. Serenity is there with more every time. Look at how fast they collapsed on the map. That was the impressive thing to me if you look at the mini-map. Like, they're setting up with this gank with these two, but already you see the Clinks as well as the Crystal Maiden starting to run in. And then Lina TPs even to the shrine while this fight's happening pretty far away, so she starts running. So
and look at Jinkyu on the Tiny, just keeping his distance, making sure that he is going to be able to have that blink available to jump in and bam, find the follow-up as soon as... Because he knows the rest of his team's going to be able to bully Secret to the point the Secret are going to be on the retreat, and he just has to be there to get in and get that toss back so they get that extra core kill.
And they have so much disable and AoE, like AoE lockdown, like Strike Array, Tiny Avalanche, Nyx Stun, even the CM, Ult, and Nova, all these different spells to make the team fight just that much easier, and just keeping that lockdown going. Like I see Necro, Ace runs in, gets stunned, then he gets Spike Carapace, then he gets Avalanche, then he gets tossed. He's just controlled throughout the entire engagement of the fight.
I mean, yeah, both Tiny and Lina just absolutely massive at this point. 27 minutes in, CYD finishing off the Bloodstone on top of the Yules and the BKB.
Yeah, I mean the synergy on Serenity so far has been really, really crisp.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Top lane. Got Puppey and Fada looking towards Jinkyu, but this is a very hard kill for the two of them to find. They want. Oh, the Dragon Form about to wear off, and PYW.
Again, on the prowl. Every time.
There we go. So try and open up. He'll turn his attention towards the Necrophos there with the Yule setup. There is backup for Secret. And Secret keep these boys off, and that's the question with the BKB pop from GGG as he's ready to hold his ground and push on forward. A second Yule Scepter to use to throw Ace up in the air. There's the jump in from Mid one, goes for the stun onto ZYD. The brief fire as well. It's not enough to kill off ZYD. In fact, Secret, they've got to be careful again. Yapzor falling incredibly low. The stun comes out from PYW. That's going to be Yapzor gone. Light Strike Array from ZYD lands on top of Puppey. The Degrevify from Fado trying to keep Puppey safe. Will allow him to back off. ZYD's BKB beginning to wear off from the trees, going for the freezing field, but Puppey's there with a Fire Blast to cancel it. But the damage, the right click's just punching down Mid one. The BKB doesn't matter, he'll still fall. Puppey will crumble, even with the heart. This Necrophos is not surviving as Serenity take 4, another triple kill for Jinkyu.
Wow.
As Secret just seem to be out of answers now. They're behind. They had this lineup that was looking to perform much better in the laning stage. And then at this point of the game, how do they come back into it? Because Serenity, all 3 of their cores are starting to go off.
There's just so much control in these team fights. Everyone's getting, like, if you get stunned once, you're getting stunned 4 times, it seems like, if you're on the side of Secret. And the way that Serenity's prioritizing the places where they choose to fight, too, right? They just fought here a few minutes ago. They put new wards up, so they have full advantage of the vision in the fights. And mid one, he BKBs, blinks in, and he actually couldn't find a target to stun. He kind of just walked back and forth and then just died to auto attacks from the Clinks. So Serenity just perfectly positioning themselves, like right on that high ground, too. All 5 of them just staying right around each other. It's looking very nice.
So the next game plan is here from Serenity, how they want to use this advantage. Xingqiu pretty much with the goal for his Reaver. Towards the heart and the Tiny.
You can see how Secret's just so on the back foot. They're just, everyone's sitting behind Ace now. Their lanes are, the bottom lane's in an okay spot, but top lane's already pushing in. They're not even trying to deal with that. They just want to try to fight Serenity, but again, Serenity already positioned.
Absolutely, they're on the high ground. They're ready for that movement from Secret. Bursting down, Puppey, they've got the stun onto the Necrophos. Decrepify comes out from Fada, trying to keep Ace alive. Will be enough to keep Ace safe for now. Yule's up once again, though. Have they got the stun control for him? He pops the hood, continues to back off the turn with the stolen Laguna's Blaze there onto the Nyx Assassin. They will find a kill in return, but on the front line, Ace just getting beaten down again. Does have that ghost form to keep himself okay from the right clicks. Mid one trying to commit onto Xingqiu with the BKB. Decrepify from Fada looking to slow down Xingqiu, but it's not enough to slow him down for the chase. And in fact, Mid one's the one held down by the Frostbite from XCJ. Another fight where Serenity are continuing to come out top. GGG now godlike on his Clinks.
Like, it's a stun, it's another stun, it's another stun. It's like, all right, Ace, he uses Ghost Shard. All right, Yules him. All right, he lands again, stun him again, throw a Nova. They're always controlled on the side of Secret. The fights look so difficult for them. And they've got the BKB on mid one, but he's the only one. And everyone else is super susceptible to this.
You got the Lincolns now complete on GGG. ZYD, after that Bloodstone pickup, is now up to 21 Bloodstone charges at 30 minutes.
Infinite mana, just spamming non-stop, always having 3 Fiery Soul stacks.
And Fada, he's been found in the tree line. GGG's there with the hunt. He's got eyes upon him. Fada tried to turn, but there's the Light Strike Array from ZYD. Quick Laguna Blade, and the Dragon Slave will bring him down.
Damn.
It just doesn't stop here for Serenity. 32-14. Their debut match here at the International 2018, and their debut, in fact, in terms of DPC events throughout the year. These are the new boys, and they're turning up in style against Team Secret in this game 1.
And they're making it look, I mean, I wouldn't say look super easy, but they're looking very coordinated is the important thing for me. Like the symphony of skills that they've been having, the Tiny throwing people back into like Frostbites, back into CM freezing fields, like anything like that. It's great to see a team being able to do that when you haven't played at TI before, right? Like
yeah, exactly. We see so many teams sort of, come through qualifiers and such, turn up to something like TI, and they sort of buckle, under the pressure. I mean, it's under the pressure, there's less pressure for sort of the teams that they're sort of like the underdogs, newer teams that a lot of people don't know what to expect from. But to be able to come up and show up as they are here in this game 1 with a lot of flash, a lot of flair, doing it their own style, having sort of the leaner pick. This is not a hero that we're seeing every game. But ZYD certainly making it work. 7-4 and 13. Fantastic gun timing, and the Shiva's Guard very soon to follow.
He's just keeping his presence always on the map, always staying aggressive. And the same thing with the Tiny. I mean, XNQ. Again, looking for Puppey.
And he's found him. No escape for Puppey. Can they get the control onto Ace? So that's the question. They're trying to chase.
He's got Boots of Travel and Bloodlust. Pretty speedy.
A little too speedy. As he's back up to the high ground. Secret just constantly getting pressured back into the base.
Yep. I mean, Ace survives for a pretty long time. 8-4 and 3 on Ace so far with this heart and everything, but the rest of his teammates struggle so much to get into the fights and actually throw some damage onto what Serenity's got right now. So even the Nyx is tanky. Like BYW, look, this guy's got 1800 health. Took the 325 health talent. Level 18 as well.
Closing in on. Well, as a closing in, he's going for the Eon Disc, of course. It's going to take a bit of time, but yeah, once he has that, it's certainly going to be this nuisance for Secret, even more so in these team fights.
Yeah, Secret just. It's looking very hard for them to come back in this game because sure, it's like Ace isn't having that hard of a game, but the rest of his team, I mean, look at the Pugna and the DK's net worth. They are half. Both of them combined is just less than the Tiny right now. And they do need one of those other heroes to be able to scale. So Ace will queue up the Aghanims next. That might be one of the few ways for them to try to come back, right? Just get some Chain Reaper Scythes fighting with a numbers advantage. But so far, Serenity has not really been giving that opportunity to Secret in this game. How's our APMs looking? Saw a couple of them pop up.
I don't think we've got it on this game.
They didn't turn on this
They
game?
removed the APM.
Oh.
It's my favourite bit of the show.
So, Serenity continuing to just keep their map control and farm as much as possible. I guess just waiting and stalling for that next Roche. Keep scouting it out with XCG, and Secret's just still trapped in their base. They're starting to feel like they need to do something. They're going to smoke up. They've got the level 18 on the Necrophos as well, so the stronger Reaper Scythe. Serenity's all in the area. They're ready for this fight. Scan comes out from Secret.
See if they can get the ward down. There's the Yule set up onto Yapsor. Light Strike to follow it up. Perfectly timed by ZYD with the double damage. A few hits, the Rubik's gone. The ward quickly dispatched off as well.
As soon as Secret starts seeing like the number advantage for Serenity right outside their base, they're like, ooh, fighting outside the base is a bit risky when we're at this much of a deficit. They actually have to be fighting with that high ground advantage.
Yeah, they've somehow just got to find at the start of the fight that jump and burst that we talked about, and
yeah.
not onto a Crystal Maiden. They have to take off one of the cores at the start with the DK initiation into the Reaper side follow, but it's getting harder and harder to do, as we've seen with the beef being built up by the cores of Serenity. They're quick with the BKBs. Those sort of pick-offs at the start of the fight aren't going to happen.
They've got to look for what it looks like is the Lina, because the Clinks already has the Lincoln Sphere as well as the BKB, so that'll give them a second to get that immunity off, and Tiny has 5,000 life. So if they can do the 2300 or whatever initially, and then throw the Reaper Scythe, but that might be a bit of a tall order still.
Q on the hunt once again as Secret have started to leave the base, and Ace, he's been found. He is beefy, so won't die straight away. Is there anyone else coming in for the side of Serenity? They're trying to. They're looking to chase down Ace. As you said, he's speedy. He's hiding in the tree line. He does have backup on the side of it all, but the Light Strike, the Laguna comes out. Can they burst down Ace in time? The toss, Q, not enough damage to kill off Ace, as Ace will keep himself alive. BKBs have been popped as GGG. They're going to move forward. They'll take the Nether Ward down. No one to fall. No one alive for now. Q tries to jump forward with the tree throw. Still not quite enough to get the kill.
They start to drop him low. Immediately the Lincolns gets thrown on him once he drops around half HP. And now Roche has spawned. So Aegis and Cheese available, and Serenity still in a good spot to be able to go for that.
We'll see if Secret do manage to fight and contest this Roshan.
I can't believe Ace survived.
God. I mean, he is obviously with his build.
He's got a heart, but
he's got a lot of beef.
It's still pretty remarkable that he's able to tank through all that. This Roche
should be a free one.
Oh yeah.
As Secret, understandably, just playing very timid around the pit. Not going to look to commit to it, as ZYD is able to grab himself the Aegis on Lina.
It's just getting scarier and scarier though, right? The gold and the net experience, it's getting to astronomical points. We're at 27,000 gold lead and almost a 45,000 experience lead, which isn't something you see too often. If you look at the kills, it's 14 to 34, but it's been Serenity pretty much for the last almost 18 minutes or so, them just leading all the moves around the map. Secret they're kind of trapped. They're good at making sure, they're not really, you don't see them actually farming the lanes too often. They're kind of just pushing them in as quick as possible and looking for team fights on the side of Serenity, because they've had this big lead for such a long time.
Mid lane, there's Cedric down in the tree line. It's PYW and CYD now starting to come across, seeing if they can start something.
Secret's got vision around here.
Yeah, they know that the hunt's on, and they are not going to be caught out. As they'll back up again.
And they're going to lose their vision. So getting more and more items. Level 25 as well starting to come out for Serenity. Tiny has the AC finished on top. How's the levels on Secret? So level 19 Necro, Fada 16, 17 on mid one. So yeah, they're that 45k experience is definitely showing itself.
There we go, starting to get some damage onto the tower. Secret, they've got to do something to slow this one down. They look for the Fire Blast onto the Tiny. Xingqiu starts to back away, but ZYD there with the Fire Soul stacks just doing a lot of damage there to that tower. Now down to less than half health. There's a full Nullifier picked up by GGG on the Clinks.
That is
so
big item versus the Pugna as well as the Necrophos now.
Yeah. That instant sort of cripple the Purge and slow and control.
Yep.
Should
Purge
guarantee
just a
them
block of
kills.
the items. Yeah,
Yeah.
just both. I feel like I've seen Secret. If we had a heat map, I think we've seen them in this particular area for the last like 15 minutes or so. They can't really step too far outside. It's too difficult for them.
Yeah, the whole game, as we've been saying, the pick-off play of Serenity has been flawless. Xingqiu, PYW setting things up across the map for the entirety of the game. And they'll open up again onto the tier 3 there. It's going to be the jump forward from mid one. Does go for the stun. They've got the telekinesis as well onto the Clinks. But Xingqiu's in with the toss. The avalanche onto 2. Yapsor used up, nullified straight back down. That's Yapsor gone. The Laguna Blade onto waste, he's falling low. Another Yule's being used here by Serenity to try and hold him in place. There's the Light Strike on point from ZYD, but he's getting focused down by mid one. They'll take the Aegis out of him. But mid one, he cost a lot of his life for that one, trying to commit to the fight. He gets taken out. He'll have to buy back straight away. So far, Secret only able to take the Aegis out of the hands of Serenity. Serenity, they get 2 kills, they get a buyback as well, and they'll also get the melee racks as they finish them off, turning towards Puppey. The Nullifier upon him with that fast attack of the Fiery Soul passive. They are going to be able to slow Puppey down, kill him off another time. They'll turn themselves towards another as Ace will fall. That's a full set of racks. Serenity are not stopping. They're 41k ahead. Secret still holding on to this game, or at least trying to. But Serenity, in this game 1,
they've got this one.
They have absolutely done it, and in an incredible style as well, and not in a close style whatsoever. There were very few points in this game that it really felt that Secret could come back in. Surely we saw Ace build up this sort of very tank build. You know, he was going to be able to survive for a little bit in the fights, but the combo, the control, Xingqiu's Tiny, that's getting a ban, I'm telling you now. Surely. The Tiny play.
They also, they first picked this Nyx, and this Nyx was also remarkable. The combos. The last fight, I clicked on Ace, and he walked up and he used a pulse, just a casual pulse. The Nyx carapissed him. They stunned. They got like 4 or 5 stuns follow up. They used him afterwards, stunned him again afterwards. And meanwhile, this is happening. The Tiny is throwing people into the combos. So he blinks on the sideline, tosses someone into where the Light Strike array is already going, throws an avalanche on top. There was a lot of, like, you know, the symphony of skills that was coming out from Serenity this game.
Yeah, that was, I mean, did she say, doesn't die at all. 13-0-17 Xingqiu on his Tiny. And look at that, perfect synergy as well. Look at that, both Tiny and Lina, the same last hits.
Same last hits?
You don't see that often. They're on the same wavelength, these boys, Xingqiu and ZYD. Both hitting 369. That's a Craigasm. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This game 1, Team Serenity turning up. I know people will be quick to sort of jump the gun and say, it's the new Wings.
Yeah.
They're going to do it. And there'll be a lot of people looking to jump on the hype train. That was only one game.
It was, and I feel...
It was one game.
I did feel, you know,
But it looked good.
They first picked Nyx, right? And Secret responded with Necro Pugna. So I did feel like that hurt Secret a bit just off the bat. And yeah, I mean, the Nyx and the Tiny for me really, they played excellent to me. And of course ZYD. You can't really take credit away from any of the guys on Serenity because they had so much synergy running them out. And Secret, they got to a point where they kind of just got run over.
Okay, well, it sounds like apparently production needs to have a break, so we are going to have a break. We will be back very shortly with Game 2 of Serenity versus Secret. So don't go anywhere. We should be able to hop in the lobby very, very soon and get that on your screens. We'll see you in a sec.